Arrangements were made with the St. Mary's Academy and the Dominica Grammar School to allow the third formers who performed well to be transferred to these schools to continue their education. We'll bring you more info on the Dominica Community High School tomorrow, God willing, as they celebrate their 50th anniversary. Did you know made possible compliments your nation station, DBS Radio. Up next, the DBS Major Morning News presented by an alumni of the Dominica Community High School. That's News Editor Curtis Matthew. Stay tuned.
DBS News. Fresh in the morning. Eye-opening and balanced. The DBS Morning News starts right now.
This morning's headlines: over 200 credit union leaders and financial professionals arrive in Dominica for their 17th OECS Credit Union Summit. The summit gets underway this morning. The United Workers' Party, UWP, announces a decision to take legal action against the government over the Citizenship by Investment program. News from the region this morning: St. Vincent and the Grenadines Tourism Authority expresses delight that LIA 2020 will make its inaugural flight to St. Vincent on the 4th of October. And news from the international scene: Israel's military says it is carrying out a new wave of strikes on southern Lebanon. Details of the morning news right after this.
Ever wondered what's in your milk? These are the following benefits of Distinction Milk. It's a great source of calcium and protein, vitamin A and C added. It's definitely not a filled milk like some of the other brands. Distinction Milk texture and taste is great for shakes, baking, pouring cream, and a side for mashed potatoes and much more. Even better, because of its rich texture, Distinction Evaporated Milk can be stretched. Isn't it great to know what's in your milk? Distinction Milk, distributed by Fine Foods Inc.
Since 1910, HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited has proudly served Dominica, offering a wide variety of products and services in shipping, logistics, insurance, travel, retail, and wholesale. We are committed to serve you. Contact us today at 767-255-1100 or visit us at our main office on Old Street, Roseau. From humble beginnings to proud achievements, HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited.
Petro Caribe. Tank installation is part of our mission. Excellent client support is what we got. Contribution to development of Dominica. Supply of LPG at an affordable rate. Let's go. Petro Caribe straight. No time to waste. So come on everyone with me to Petro Caribe. 250 gallon propane tank. 420 pound propane tank. 100 pound LPG cylinder. Petro Caribe. 20 pound fiberglass cylinder. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe.
DBS News.
Welcome back to the DBS Major Morning News. Here we go with our lead story. Over 200 credit union leaders and financial professionals across the OECS have gathered in Dominica for the 17th OECS Credit Union Summit. General Manager of the Dominica Cooperative Societies League, Phoenix Belfield, says the summit is aimed at fostering collaboration and addressing key issues affecting the region's credit union movement. The opening ceremony for the 5-day summit will take place this morning at Goodwill Parish Hall at 9 o'clock.
Credit union leaders from across the OECS have been gearing up for this summit, and they are well prepared and excited to engage. In fact, many have been actively involved in shaping the discussions and presentation that will take place. With the theme focusing on thriving in an evolving landscape, everyone is ready to contribute to meaningful conversations that we expect to drive positive change for the credit union movement in the region. We are expecting over 250, close to 300 delegates, including credit union leaders, policymakers, industry professionals, strategic partners across the OECS and beyond. This is really a significant gathering that will bring together a diverse group of individuals committed to the growth and sustainability of the credit union movement. I believe that this summit will have a lasting impact on the credit union movement in the OECS because we're looking to foster collaboration, sharing best practices, and addressing key challenges such as digital transformation, regulatory changes, member engagement. It is expected that this discussion will help to chart a course for future growth and ensure that credit unions remain resilient and innovative in a rapidly evolving financial landscape. It will also encourage stronger regional cooperation, in my opinion, which is critical for collective success. The summits will be taking place in Dominica over the course of the next 5 days from September 24th to 29th. And the event will include keynote presentation, panel discussions, networking sessions, opportunities for delegates to engage in deep discussions on the issues affecting the sector.
And that's the General Manager of the Dominica Cooperative Societies League Limited, Phoenix Belfield. So the major Credit Union Summit for the OECS will get underway at Goodall Parish Hall at 9 o'clock. This morning, DBS News will bring you some news on the event at 1:15. Other news this morning, the United Workers' Party, UWP, has announced a decision to take legal action against government over the Citizenship by Investment Program, the CBI. The decision to go to court was announced during a press conference yesterday. Trinidad and Tobago Senior Counsel Anand Ramlogan, who is spearheading the case on behalf of the UWP, said yesterday the action is to force government to account for money spent under the program.
We've been asked to assist with this groundbreaking, historic and landmark case in the public interest. The Citizenship by Investment Program has generated significant monies that are meant to be spent for the benefit of the public in Dominica. The cardinal principles upon which a constitutional democracy is based includes 1, public accountability, 2, transparency in public life, and 3, good public administration. Without those hallmark principles being observed, then you do not have a democracy. So we have taken a look at it. We think that we see this as a case that is important for the region, the Caribbean region as a whole, because it will establish some significant constitutional boundaries as it relates to the government's duty to account to the people through the parliament. We intend to ask the government to disclose a copy of the agreement for the program and between the government and its agents. We intend to ask to see the terms and conditions of that contract, because the case is constructed based on the Dominican Constitution on the principle that all monies and revenues earned by the government is meant to be paid into the consolidated fund, which is subject to parliamentary scrutiny and approval for any form of expenditure.
And that's Trinidad and Tobago Senior Counsel Anand Ramlogan. President of the UWP, Lennox Linton, said the decision to go to court against government was not an easy undertaking.
Deciding to take legal action against government of the state is never easy, especially for patriotic organizations driven first and foremost by the best interests of the state. That is why, having brought the injustice to public attention years ago, we advocated long and we advocated hard, inside and outside of Parliament, for remedial action in the public interest. We advocated for obedience to the constitutional rule of law, for honesty, for transparency and accountability in the operations of the CBI program. All we've wanted to do was to protect the integrity of the program and to ensure that the lofty national development goals for which it came into existence were fulfilled. This has been quite a journey for us in the past 5 years, having taken the decision that we're going to go to court with this. We have received opinions and second opinions. We have spoken to a number of lawyers. We have, in the course of time, asked ourselves whether we should go forward with this. Because after all, no institution really wants to sue their government. But we came to the point where we decided that we had to move forward with this.
President of the United Workers' Party, Lennox Linton. Meanwhile, Attorney General Levi Peter told DBS News last night he will respond to the matter as soon as documentation from the court is available. DBS News awaits a response from the Attorney General that could come either today or possibly tomorrow. Other news this morning, pharmacists in Dominica joined their counterparts worldwide to observe World Pharmacists Day today. The day will be observed under the theme, Pharmacists Meeting Global Health Needs.
This day is not just a celebration of our profession, it is a reaffirmation of our commitment to improving health outcomes in our communities and around the globe. As pharmacists, we stand at the forefront of healthcare, playing an essential role in combating the significant challenges our societies face. One of the most pressing issues in the Caribbean today is the rise of chronic non-communicable diseases, or CNCDs. These conditions, which include diabetes, hypertension, glaucoma, heart disease, and cancer, have become a major public health concern, affecting the lives of countless individuals and straining our healthcare systems. In light of this challenge, Caribbean pharmacists are uniquely positioned to make a profound impact. Through our expertise in medication management and patient care, we play a crucial role in enhancing drug therapy adherence among patients. Studies have shown that consistent adherence to prescribed medication regimens can significantly improve health outcomes and quality of life for those living with CNCDs.
And that's a representative of the Dominica Pharmacy Society, Carlton Lando. President of Dominica, Her Excellency Sylvanie Burton, is heading a high-level Dominican delegation to the 79th session of the UN General Assembly in New York. President Burton will address the General Assembly today, this afternoon. The session is being held under the theme, Leaving No One Behind, acting together for the advancement of peace, sustainable development, and human dignity for present and future generations. At the General Assembly, world leaders will assess the progress made on the Sustainable Development Goals, discuss ways to overcome recent global shocks, and consider 3 action-oriented documents outlining a development path for the future, namely the Pact for the Future, the Global Digital Compact, and the Declaration on Future Generations. Dominica's delegation to the General Assembly 2024 includes First Gentleman Mr. Gilbert Burton, Minister for Foreign Affairs, International Business, Trade and Energy, Dr. Vince Henderson, Dominica's Permanent Representative to the UN, Philbert Aaron, Deputy Permanent Representative to the UN, Kelva Daru, Consular Sheldon Peter Anthony, and Assistant Superintendent of Police Valda Powell. In the absence of the President Burton from the state, Her Excellency Joseph Matthew will discharge the duties of Acting President of the Commonwealth of Dominica. Public officers in Dominica meet later today to discuss salary negotiations with government. The meeting at the PSU at 4:30 is expected to make recommendations on salary increase to be submitted to government negotiating team.
The meeting is to discuss the non-salary aspect of our proposal to government for the period 2021-2024. We have already submitted to them the non-salary part. And the last meeting, which was held some time ago, members felt that the union should be requesting a higher increase than what was being proposed. And the meeting was suspended for further discussion. And then the meeting on Wednesday provides the members with an opportunity to make recommendations and for us to have some discussion. We met last week. It was some kind of preliminary discussion with the government negotiating team. We presented the non-salary aspect, and as I said, after our meeting, we will immediately present the salary aspect to the government, and we are hoping to meet with the government. A meeting is planned in 2 weeks' time.
And that's the General Secretary of the Public Service Union, Thomas Later. Well, that meeting for public officers is set for 4:30 this afternoon at the PSU. The St. Vincent and the Grenadines Tourism Authority has expressed delight that LIAT 2020 will make its inaugural flight to St. Vincent on the 4th of October. The authority says the milestone further strengthens regional connectivity and makes St. Vincent more accessible to travelers from the Caribbean and beyond. The CEO of the St. Vincent Tourism Authority says they are thrilled to welcome LIAT 2020 to St. Vincent on the 4th of October. Finally, this morning, Israel's military says it is carrying out a new wave of extensive strikes in southern Lebanon. 15 people have been killed in the attacks. The strikes come after Israel said it had intercepted a ballistic missile fired by Hezbollah towards Tel Aviv. It is 15 minutes now after 7 o'clock. That's news. The sports report comes up shortly.
Honey, did you get the glow spread and mellow cream?
A little help with the bags would be nice.
Shortly, but I need the glow spread to finish the icing for Christine's birthday cake and mellow cream to add to the soup and gravy.
No.
No?
No, I didn't get just one. I got 2 of each.
Aw, honey, that's just why I married you.
Spread the love with Mellow Cream and Glow Spread. They're vegan-friendly, lactose, and gluten-free. Found in all leading supermarkets nationwide.
Locally distributed by Fine Foods, Inc.
Since 1910, HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited has proudly served Dominica, offering a wide variety of products and services in shipping, logistics, insurance, travel, retail, and wholesale. We are committed to serve you. Contact us today at 767-255-1100 or visit us at our main office on Old Street, Roseau. From humble beginnings to proud achievements, HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited.
Petro Caribe. Tank installation is part of our mission. Excellent client support is what we got. Contribution to development of Dominica. Supply of LPG at an affordable rate. Let's go. Petro Caribe straight. No time to waste. So come on everyone with me to Petro Caribe. 250 gallon propane tank. 420 pound propane tank. 100 pound LPG cylinder. Petro Caribe. 20 pound fiberglass cylinder. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe.
Covering the nation and beyond. DBS Sports Report.
Rudolph Thomas Enterprise in Portsmouth, your suppliers of building materials and hardware products. Over 20 years experience in the business. Rudolph Thomas has lumber and plywood, Portland and tile cement, steel rods, galvanized and fenced pipe. And Rudolph Thomas can meet all your wire needs. Galvanized roofing sheets, doors, windows, toilet sets, face basins and bidets. PVC piping, fittings and lattice. Check out Rudolph Thomas for ceramic and vinyl floor and wall tiles, nails, nuts and bolts, paint and painting supplies. And check out their line of electrical and hand tools. And Rudolph Thomas is your one-stop shop for hard-to-find items like fiberglass mat and fiberglass resin and welding rods. Go now to Rudolph Thomas on 1240 Bay Street in Portsmouth.
More money with NBT, it's more money.
One easy loan.
More money with NBT, it's more money.
To upgrade my phone and even my home with one simple loan.
More money.
To have your wedding, to go traveling, to do anything.
More money.
No security. Speedy delivery, just check NBT. Apply anytime. In branch online, it's more money time.
More money with NBT, it's more money.
No collateral.
More money with NBT, it's more money.
Speedy delivery.
More money with NBT, it's more money.
Just check NBT.
More money with NBT, it's more money.
Let's begin the DBS Morning Sports Report with news that the top secondary and primary schools and athletes, they will be recognized this morning for their outstanding performances in sports for 2024 when the sports division stages its annual School Sports Awards ceremony. The event is catered for the American Canadian School of Medicine at Portsmouth. This year's awards ceremony will be held under the theme Empowering the Future, Celebrating Excellence and Leadership.
And students, all in excess of 200 awards will be provided to our outstanding students and the schools for participation in the 7 sporting disciplines for which we held championships and festivals during the academic year. And we speak here of cricket, basketball, football, netball, volleyball, track and field, and also table tennis. So those were the 7 sporting disciplines that we held competitions in during the last academic year, and that is for both at the secondary schools and the primary schools. So at Wednesday's ceremony, we expect to have addresses coming from the sports coordinator, also the honorable minister responsible for the Minister for Culture, Youth, Sports and Community Development, that's Honorable Greta Roberts.
And that's the sports coordinator, Trevor Shillingford. The event is carried to get underway at 10 o'clock this morning. DABA Vice President Yannick Regis will deliver the feature address.
And one of the events that we have during this ceremony is a feature address. And every year we recognize someone who has contributed or who has excelled both in the field of sports and academics as our featured speaker. And this year we have selected Mr. Yannick Regis, who is a former student athlete and also one who has held or who is really in leadership positions in the various sporting fraternity as our featured speaker. But interestingly, we have as the theme for this year's event as Empowering the Future, Celebrating Excellence and Leadership. So one of the key things that we hope to do during the ceremony is to have on feature our top student athletes and also our student athletes who are also contributing in the area of leadership, both in terms of sports and on the national level.
So that major event is set for Portsmouth this morning at 10 o'clock, where many students will receive awards. Some netball news now. The national netball team suffered its second defeat in the ECCB International Netball Series as they went down to the Cayman Islands as that tournament continued Tuesday in St. Lucia. Dominica got off to a slow start and never got into the game. They trailed 35-17 at the half and were down 48-27 after 3 periods of play. Dominica eventually lost 37-62. Dominica now has 1 win and 2 losses in the tournament. Dominica plays its next match this afternoon against Grenada at 3:30. Some football news now. A packed week of football in the various leagues of the DFA. The activities get underway. And in fact, the final match in the DFA round of 16. Here is the public relations officer of the DFA, Abby Lawrence.
A number of games are slated for the Dominica Football Association Premier, Division 1 and Women's League ending the 29th of September 2024. In our lone first division game, round 16, S. George Wayne George Academy will face up Granville FC on Thursday at 6:30 p.m. at the Dominica Football Association Technical Center. In our Women's Premier League, Kalinago Warriors will face Harlem United on Thursday at 6:30 p.m. at the Newtown Savannah, while New India Goodwill Runners will come up against Mighty Avengers FC on Friday at 6:30 p.m. again at the Newtown Savannah. In other women's matches, the Roosevelt Skerrit Bombers will traverse all the way to Grand Fond to meet with Kurt Hector Southeast on Saturday at 6 p.m. Also, this will be the opening or the commissioning of the lighting at the Grand Fond playing field, while on Sunday, Belfast Estate Maosoka Strikers will come up against South City FC at the Newtown Savannah. In our Premier Leagues, Belfast Estate Maosoka Strikers will come up against S. Laura G. Dorset Bath Estate on Friday at 6:30 p.m. at the Stock Farm Technical Center, while on Sunday's doubleheader, Valvoline United will come up against Promex Harlem United at 4 p.m., while Central Cooperative Credit Union League leaders, Dubla FC, will do battle with Sajiko Southeast at 6:30 p.m.
And that's Abby Lawrence, the public relations officer of the Dominica Football Association. Well, St. Lucia's first Olympic medalist, Julian Alfred, arrived home to a hero's welcome in St. Lucia yesterday. Alfred, who captured a gold medal in the women's 100 meters and a silver in the women's 200 meters at the Summer Olympic Games in Paris, arrived to thousands of St. Lucians yesterday. September 27 has already been declared Julian Alfred Day and a public holiday to honor the Olympic champion. She was welcomed home by Prime Minister Philip J. Pierre and other government officials.
It takes a village to get to this point. I want to thank my family, my mom, the government of St. Lucia for supporting me, especially with my transition into the professional career. So many people have guided me along the way and helped me to get to this point, and I really just want to say thank you to all of you. Even those I haven't mentioned, I just want to say thank you. Just being an inspiration to the youth of St. Lucia, wanting to give back and just wanting to, inspire them so we can have many more Leuven Spencers and many more Darren Samis and many more like myself. It didn't come easy. It was truly a rocky road. Many days I wanted to just give up, throw in the towel and just say I'm done. But my village, those persons who are around me, I just want to say thank you.
St. Lucia's first Olympic medalist, Julian Alfred. Well, following her arrival, there was a motorcade, and St. Lucians lined the streets to celebrate their hero. 2 national school rallies will take place today, of course, and on Thursday, Alfred is set to visit a school, a primary school, where a mural unveiling will occur and officials will make some major announcements. Let's move on to some cricket news now. Johnson Charles got a big half-century, and the St. Lucian bowlers humbled the Trinbago Knight Riders as the Kings registered their 7th win in the Republic Bank CPL on Tuesday. The Kings batted first and posted a record score at the Brian Lara Academy, 218 for 6 in 20 overs. Johnson Charles made 89 of just 40 balls with 7 fours and 8 sixes. Faf du Plessis added 59 as they shared a 145-run partnership for the first wicket. Tim Seifert got 30. Kyron Pollard took 4 for 38 for the Knight Riders, chasing a record 219 to win. The Knight Riders were quickly knocked out at 56 for 6 before eventually getting 138 for 9. Noah Ahmed, the tournament's leading wicket taker, bagged 3 for 39. Jason Roy made 41. The Kings won by 80 runs. Johnson Charles was named the man of the match.
We had a very, long session planning coming into this game, and I think that we really stuck to our plans. And coming into this contest, it's all about having positive intent and taking the game to the opposition, and we did that.
Using all those switch hitting recently, have you put that into your game a little bit more recently?
It's something that I've put into my game. Practiced it from the PSL earlier on this year, and just introduced it into my game, and it's developing quite nicely.
St. Lucia won their first ever gold medal. What would it mean to you guys if you came home with the championship this year?
That's the plan, to come out as champions, and I think that we're doing very well. Now it's getting down to the business end of the tournament, and we're not looking to get complacent, but we're just taking it one game at a time, and we now are looking to just take it on and just bring it home for the fans.
And that's the hard-hitting batsman, the man of the match, Johnson Charles. St. Lucia Kings captain Faf du Plessis said it was a good effort.
What a great game. To outplay a strong team like that, you have to do a lot of things right. Lost the toss. I thought it will be quite challenging there in the beginning, but the way that we set up that power play, I thought Jono was excellent today, wasn't he? The way that he just put the spinners under the pressure. He's playing the best cricket I've ever seen him, so long may that continue.
Faf, you were exceptional with a half-century, but it really was the Johnson Charles show. Watching him a lot of years, I don't think I've seen a better innings. Where did he get all those shots from?
No, he's obviously gone back in the off-season and worked on some shots. In the past, people would probably bowl a lot of left-arm spin at him, so that switch hit is KP-like, isn't it? He's playing it so well in all different areas, so he's become really difficult to bowl to. So just a great example of someone still growing in their game, still evolving, still getting better. So, yeah, very proud of that.
St. Lucia Kings captain Faf du Plessis. The win moves the Kings to 14 points, 4 points clear at the top of the points table. Guyana are second on 10 points, Barbados third on 10, the Knight Riders fourth on 10 points. The CPL will continue tonight with the Guyana Amazon Warriors taking on the Barbados Royals at 7 o'clock. Let's just remind you, 6:15 tonight, every night on the DBS Evening News, we bring you our feature segment where we highlight someone in the community, anywhere in Dominica, who is impacting his society one way or the other. DBS News brings that to you 6:15, where we feature someone doing some good works in the community. That too is a look at the DBS Morning News, and Sports will bring you a news update at 11, another major news package at 1:15 on behalf of the news and sports departments, and our link person Hazari Williams. Curtis Matthew saying good morning.
More money with NBT, it's more money.
One easy loan.
More money with NBT, it's more money.
To upgrade my phone and even my home with one simple loan.
More money.
To have your wedding, to go traveling, to do anything.
More money.
No security. Speed delivery, just check NBT. Apply anytime. In branch online, it's more money time.
More money with NBT, it's more money.
No collateral.
More money with NBT, it's more money.
Speedy delivery.
More money with NBT, it's more money.
Just check NBT.
More money with NBT, more money.
Rudolph Thomas Enterprise in Portsmouth, your suppliers of building materials and hardware products. Over 20 years experience in the business. Rudolph Thomas has lumber and plywood, Portland and tile cement, steel rods, galvanized and fence pipe. And Rudolph Thomas can meet all your wire needs. Galvanized roofing sheets, doors, windows, toilet sets, face basins and bidets. PVC piping, fittings and lattice. Check out Rudolph Thomas for ceramic and vinyl floor and wall tiles, nails, nuts and bolts, paint and painting supplies. And check out their line of electrical and hand tools. And Rudolph Thomas is your one-stop shop for hard-to-find items like fiberglass mat and fiberglass resin and welding rods. Go now to Rudolph Thomas on 1240 Bay Street in Portsmouth.
DBS News. Accurate, up-to-date, professional. We bring you the news of the nation via 3 newscasts, Monday to Saturday at 7 a.m. The DBS Major Morning News, 1:15 p.m. Your lunchtime news bulletin, and at 6 in the evening, the DBS Evening News. Call us at 448-4302. Listen on www.dbcradio.net. Don't forget to like our Facebook page at www.facebook.com/DBS Radio. Stay on top of the nation's news with your nation station, DBS. .36 on your Nature Isle. Of course, you are tuned in to your nation station, DBS Radio. Coming up shortly, your morning's weather report. Just before we bring you your weather report for today, I'm sure many of our listeners are keen to find out what's happening with the weather. Oh my. We'll bring that to you in just a bit. In the meantime, we'll remind you of your Kananago word of the day for today, and that's Nakanoa. That's Nakanoa, and that's in response to the original question of where do you live? So we say Nakanoa plus the village, city, or community where you reside. So for me, myself, that I'll use as an example, Nakanoa, Bath Estate. And that means I live in Bath Estate in Kananago. Nakanoa, Nakanoa. Nakanoa. Join us tomorrow, God willing, at roughly 6:47 for another edition of your Kananago Word of the Day here on your nation station, DBS Radio. Up next, your morning's weather report made possible compliments of the good folks of Big Edge Financial and Flow Dominica Limited.
What's on your back-to-school checklist? Fast, reliable internet, a free Chromebook, a smartphone. With Flow, you can check everything off your list. Sign up for broadband and get 25% off Turbo plus 6 months or free Chromebook while stocks last. And if you need a new phone, our postpaid bundles offer smartphones for just $4. Make back to school easy with Flow. Visit discoverflow.co for details.
At this time, we say good morning to Dane Charles with this morning's weather report. Good morning.
Good morning. This is your weather update from the Dominica Meteorological Service at the Douglas Charles Airport for the 25th of September 2024, recorded at 7 a.m. Today's weather is expected to be mostly cloudy with scattered showers and thunderstorms. The conditions at Douglas Charles Airport this morning were cloudy with thunderstorms and vicinity showers. The surface winds came from the northwest at 3 knots or 6 kilometers an hour, and the temperature was 25 degrees Celsius or 77 degrees Fahrenheit. Yesterday's rainfall at Douglas Charles was 30.7 millimeters, and the monthly rainfall so far has been 249.7 millimeters. Sunset today is at 5:59 p.m. and sunrise tomorrow at 5:55 a.m. High tides today at 11:22 a.m. and 9:51 p.m. and the next low tide at 3 p.m. And now the weather outlook for Dominica and the Lesser Antilles. Moisture and instability ahead of the axis of a tropical wave located east of the Lesser Antilles, are expected to spread scattered showers and thunderstorms across the area today. Residents in areas prone to flooding and landslides, falling rocks as well, are advised to remain alert and to exercise caution, especially during the morning. A reduction in moisture levels is expected during the afternoon, however, an increase is expected overnight into Thursday. Meanwhile, the National Hurricane Center continues to monitor a tropical wave in the far eastern Atlantic Ocean, which has a medium chance of development. This system currently poses no threat to the region, but residents should continue to stay updated on its progress. Sea conditions are expected to remain slight to moderate, with wave heights reaching up to 5 feet over the next 24 hours. And now the weather forecast for today and tonight. The synopsis: a tropical wave is affecting the area. The forecast for today and tonight is mostly cloudy, with scattered showers and thunderstorms. The winds are expected to come from the east-northeast to east-southeast at 10 to 25 kilometers an hour. Sea conditions expected slight to moderate in open water, with waves from 0.5 to 1.5 meters or 2 to 5 feet. There are no warnings at this time. We are presently in the Atlantic hurricane season. For more information about weather conditions, visit our website at www.weather.gov.dm or call us at 266-4490. For further information, like our Facebook page at Dominica Meteorological Service, follow us on Instagram at Dominica Met, and also on our WhatsApp channel at 618-3469. Reporting from the Douglas Charles Airport, I am Dane Charles.
And we thank Dane Charles for this morning's weather report, made possible compliments Big Edge Financial and Flow Dominica Limited.
You've got the edge over your circumstances. Many times there'll be trials to face, at least when it comes to your waning finances. You've got the edge, help is coming your way. You've got Big Edge for those days when you're running low. Big Edge is the place to go. Big Edge, the cash can be in your hand with the easiest payment plan. Cash in a flash.
Make weather information a part of your daily life. Listen to the weather report after the morning news and at 1:10 p.m. daily on DBS Radio. A message from the Dominica Meteorological Service, your trusted source for weather information.
18 minutes before 8. Of course, you are tuned in to your nation station, DBS Radio. Shortly, we bring you your morning's presentation of the general announcements and what's on your community bulletin board. Just a heads up, those of you traversing the Victoria Street route, you can certainly expect some traffic. The High Street is also backed up at this time, so extending a bit of patience and good vibes to our listeners out there on the road, our drivers, urging you to take it easy, have a bit of patience this morning. Certainly hope you make it into work on time. Sending good vibes your way. Up next, the general announcements and what's on your community bulletin board compliments the Central Cooperative Credit Union and Valley Engineering Sales and Services.
Stretch your dollar at Valley Engineering. At Valley Engineering, our customers enjoy our dollar stretching price policy. Save money. Valley dollar stretch prices apply to a wide range of parts, which include water pumps, shock absorbers, steering and suspension parts, clutches, pressure plates, filters, oh yes, oil, gas, and air filters, NGK plugs, ball and roller bearings for wheels and transmission, timing and fan belts, engine gaskets, mechanics tools, brake parts, wiper blades, mud guards, grills, batteries, lubricants, starter and alternator parts, bulbs, head and park lamp, and many, many more items. These dollar stretch prices at Valley Engineering will not shock you. They will only surprise you. Why not visit us today on Goodwill Road or at our relocated Portsmouth outlet on Bay Street? So cut costs and save with Valley Engineering's dollar stretching. And now, your community bulletin board.